Our psalm today is Psalm 115. Just a question before we begin. Have you ever not got the credit for something you've done? You've been overlooked, or perhaps worse still, someone else has got the credit. Maybe they did a tiny bit of it, and yet you did most of it, and no one's acknowledged you. Sometimes that can really rankle with us, can't it? Seems in the world that you have to get noticed for everything you do. When people give donations to charities, that's great, that's fantastic, we celebrate that, but often it's a huge big fuss. You know, the big check is made out, this ginormous thing that's held up, and it's wonderful, isn't it, that the Boy Scouts have managed to raise £27.37 for some particular charity. Now, I'm not knocking any giving towards charitable causes. It's fabulous. But it's funny how it's got to be recognised. But listen to this in Psalm 115, verse 1. Not to us, O Lord, not to us, but to your name be the glory, because of your love and faithfulness. God in this psalm has obviously just done something wonderful for his people, given them some great victory. We don't know which one specifically. But it's a majestic psalm where the people of God are saying, we don't want the credit, Lord God. We mustn't have the credit. You alone, God, deserve the credit, the glory, because you are the one who has done and achieved everything. And we need to remind ourselves of that, especially at times when we're maybe overlooked and we feel a little bit oversensitive. And really, in the scheme of things, it's God who does everything for us, gives us everything. And yet at times, we want to try and pinch his glory. Just a little overview of the psalm. It's a great psalm if you want to read it later on, spend a bit more time studying it. But I think it divides up just a little bit like this. The first 3 verses, I think you could say, we are humbled because he alone, our God, he reigns. So that's why he gets all the glory. Verses 4 to 8, he alone is real. The person, the psalmist, is mocking those who trust in idols. They're worthless, they're useless, they're dead. In some ways I could say they're powerless, but the problem is if we worship idols and we put other things before God, that they do have the power to blind us to who God really is and how we need to love and serve him. And then verses 9 to 15, he alone is the one who can bless us. And then the last couple of verses then, so he alone deserves all the praise we can ever give him. Verse 16, the last verse, it is we who extol you, O Lord, both now and forevermore. Let's be doing that.